Elon Musk found savings in the government under the Doge program. Listen, I am Dr. Black Wealth, and we got...
Hey guys, it's your girl, Miss Fab Financial, checking in.
Hey, welcome to the #1 show covering all things you need to know, business, politics, and wealth. Today, we diving into Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance, the CFPB, big banks on DEI, and Elon Musk and Doge. Listen, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell. Talk to us, send us your grade. We want the feedback, what you want to hear. We covering everything, right? Let's talk about it. All right, so first up is Elon Musk and Doge and they savings. What's your take on that? What is your take?
It's an F.
Oh, my
It's an
goodness.
F. It's an F. They're not saving anything.
Out the gate?
Out the gate, he's an F. I want more data. Where's the reporting? Where's the transparency? I do not
It's
believe...
on the Doge.gov.
On X, formerly known as X?
I don't know. Doge.gov, ma'am. I don't know.
No. Give me some data. Give me some reporting.
Okay.
Again, the mission is admirable.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the mission of what Doge is supposed to be about. I agree. I like the acronym.
For sure.
Department of Government Efficiency. The acronym kills.
For sure.
However, when you open the book and pull the curtain back, it is fracking and fluff. So it's an F for me.
I got you.
I don't appreciate whatever's happening over there. It's an F. It's an F.
I got you.
Nope.
All right, look, y'all. So listen, I'm gonna go ahead and grade it out the gate. A+.
Not an A.
plus it.
On the
Right? They are talking about they have estimated savings of $6.5 billion in the USAID contracts, $500 million in the education department. They found number of Social Security benefits being paid out after death. These guys they leaving no stone unturned.
They should.
Audits throughout the government. And we need to be efficient with our dollars. Why did I get this an A+? Because if we are Americans paying taxes, we should know where our money's going. And we don't know currently under any administration before today. Even Trump's first administration. So
Amen.
I'm messing with it. I think it's shaking things up. I think he want access to a lot of stuff people don't want to uncover. I think you're going to have to start answering to where the American dollars is going.
Amen.
Or eliminate taxes.
Amen. Sure. That I don't believe nothing that man says.
What?
I don't believe nothing.
It's in the data.
In what data?
It's Doge.gov.
He's not presented anything. I could say I have personally found over $2.3 million in tax savings. I could say anything.
You can.
People could declare anything.
You can.
But where's the proof behind it?
I guess it's forthcoming. Those are
okay.
more news to be discovered.
Can we find it where did he do any efficiency in his area?
What area? What you mean?
In his area.
Oh, we ain't covering Tesla and all that.
And
Fox
SpaceX and
right.
the government
That's
spending.
not what we covering.
How about the Department of Defense that fails an audit every year?
He going through them too.
Oh yeah, $858 billion is unaccounted for. I would have started there.
He going there too.
Oh please, let's see what he uncovers.
I seen the list. He going through everything.
Let's see what happens. I'm excited. I bet you don't find nothing. They rewarded them another $1.2 almost trillion. If you fail your audit, are you rewarded again? Like if it's a business owner, because they'll be like, it's business. This is a business. If the business fails in a particular area, do you reward said business and give them more money?
I guess it depends on what the audit was for.
Oh. Moving right along.
Moving on along, y'all.
Right.
So
It's
big
enough.
banks on DEI. Banks are cutting back on DEI programs. What's your take on that?
Banks cutting back?
Yeah.
I need a little bit more on that. Just not giving.
It's just dismantling their DEI initiatives.
It's all a F.
Yeah.
It's all a F. I think if we're going to just stick to diversity, equity, inclusion, why would you not want to have them? I just don't understand. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we know in this country, the black and brown people have been without that. Veterans, women, disabled people. Why would you not want to have equity and inclusion for all people. So it's an F. It's an F. Giving it all an F. Okay. Just throw it all in the trash. And I find business is so disingenuous, but I wouldn't expect nothing less from any of the banks. I
guess I'm not surprised. I would probably give it a C. I don't know. I ain't gonna go F yet. I'm gonna give it a C.
It's an F.
Part of me just I don't believe that, DEI is probably as needed as it was before, but I guess only time will tell. So you got all the big banks are like, hey, they publicly adjusting what they're doing. The most interesting one was JP Morgan and Chase. Jamie Dimon, he was like,
now I do.
He was like, he was never a firm believer in bias training, right? According to this, I got this from Bloomberg, just in case y'all journalist people want to come for me.
Bloomberg.com.
He said, I saw how we were spending money in some of the stupidest shit, and it really pissed me off. His exact quotes.
I would be pissed off on stupid shit, but that's the name. What is that?
I'm not really sure, but
okay, so you can say it again.
I guess from experience, I've known how, big corporations have to segment out certain affinity groups and trainings and summits to make affinity groups feel seen, heard, welcomed. And I'm not really sure if it really give you an edge up like how they want it to versus you just learning how to do business or be in your profession just like everybody else.
Right.
I've had the experience of it. That's why I'm saying like I'm not really sure how, because even in them programs, like for instance, and this is, I guess, I could talk about this. This is no instance on or no shade on like Northwestern's life insurance company. Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, their target audience is 65-year-old white men. That's why they promote at the Masters. You don't see their commercials like in just random places.
They're going for their target audience.
100%. So when you think about that, their prime product to be sold from the life insurance perspective is whole life, which is way more expensive than term, right? It's a better insurance product, in my personal opinion. However, it's only going to be a certain demographic of people who can religiously or continuously afford that. So putting together small affinity groups, it will be advantageous for you to put them together for you to learn you still have to learn how to sell business in that white world, because that's how you're gonna make money.
I agree to a certain extent. That's the group who has had the benefit and the knowledge and the acumen to appreciate whole life, and who has had the benefit of being more financially successful in this country. When we talk about other minority groups, you might have to do more educating. That doesn't mean that maybe they can't afford it and sustain it, but if they don't necessarily see it as a priority because it wasn't a norm for them, then they may not see the priority in paying whole life insurance, when in the past, insurance companies have ripped off Black and brown communities who have had insurance and have decided not to even pay out. So there may be a different relationship with insurance and companies when those groups traditionally have, even if they have bought in, have been ripped off. You know what I mean? Like insurance companies for years, when Black and brown people who have had insurance, when something's happened, especially during Reconstruction, during Black Wall Street, failed to pay out. Oh, they couldn't find it. They didn't warrant the death benefits for a lot of these people. So your relationship over time becomes mistrusting with these institutions who are supposed to be there to help you and support you. So yeah, you would then only cater to the people that you only value. So then I go, okay, well, how do you reestablish trust? Well, then you have to pour into that community. You have to train, you have to educate, and come across as more as an honest broker in that community, to me. So if you want to reach more people, especially with the community who have established a mistrust with, then you need to spend money in there. And you may have to then bring in Black and brown people, train them, help them, educate them so they can educate their people.
I guess.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense for sure. I just know as black people, we definitely pick and choose what that looks like because the government has definitely.
The government has mistrust issues with us for years.
100%.
So
our faith is in the government.
So why would we trust Elon Musk today?
Let's just not put this on Elon Musk.
Okay. If I had...
We have had mistrust with the government since the existence.
So why would we trust them today? All the black people
trust is still in the government.
Why would we trust them today?
That's a good question.
Right.
Why are we trusting them?
Someone can say there's so much spending and fraud.
Right.
It's been fraud. It's been there.
Hey, well, he now uncovering it.
Do we believe that he's now uncovering it?
Hey, I think so. We have regressed to a different topic. We will move on.
No problem. But I want 1 second. I do want to say we gave him an F, we grade him. But I do appreciate Jamie Dimon talking about the mediocrity that he's experiencing in his company. And he's like, hey, we all need his whole situation because he wants to bring people back to work. And so I did appreciate that topic when he was talking about that. He was very blunt. He was like, y'all texting, you on the phone, you're not doing what you need to do.
You ain't doing shit.
He definitely said that. He definitely said that. And I appreciate that. I do agree that you have to be excellent in what you're doing. I 100% agree with that. So, there we go.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So the next thing is the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Trump is like dismantling it.
Of course he would.
What's your take on it?
It's an F.
Oh my God.
Give him just an F. He is not working for the American people. He is strategically working for himself.
Letter grades in the grading system.
How about I give him a D minus?
Everything can't be.
Oh, it can be. It is. It is an agency that is to protect the people. Your people.
Are they?
That's what the agency is supposed to be for.
Sure,
yes.
For sure.
Yes. The agency is for the people to protect the people against typically financial crimes that are done to the people. It's supposed to regulate banking and financial institutions who typically want to price gouge or do things that hurt the people. So the agency is supposed to be there as the checks and balance. So why would you want to get rid of it if you're the president of the United States and your job is to protect and help instill fair and adequate practicing for the people? So to dismantle said agency, not to revamp it, not to go, oh, you know what, let's focus on this, but to gut it and close it means that you don't think that people need any protection. And typically those agencies come about because of the egregious things that were done. It's not like you form it first. It's usually formed after the event occurred where people were taken advantage of.
100%. I give it a C. And it came about after the 2008 crimes. Obama put it in place.
Correct.
And there were some people
Dodd-Frank.
There were some people who just wasn't in agreement with it, and it applies to banks, credit reporting agencies, and other financial institutions for them to be fair and transparent about fees,
interest
products,
rates,
and services
everything
that you are receiving. So
Absolutely.
You should know what's happening with your interest rates, mortgage rate, everything.
All of it.
Everything.
I worked for a bank.
I don't really have I guess I gave it a C because I really don't have a dog in the fight for it. Like if I'm being honest, I haven't physically seen where it has either helped me or harmed me that they are inexistent or not in existence.
Well, I would definitely say I know where it definitely has helped. I work for a bank, one of the top 3.
Oh my God, a fraud bank.
And they were predatory in their practice on opening accounts.
Most of them are.
And getting people checking accounts, savings accounts, credit card products.
Right.
Without transparency to the client.
Okay, what does that look like? get this account and then we charge fees on the back end?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. And you're going to get these loan products, and we're not going to disclose, nor do we have to tell you if there's an annual rate, what the interest rate is.
Right.
Once Dodd-Frank came out, we printed out the disclosures, and you had to sign off. The client had to sign off, and it was a part of our practice. You have to disclose this to the client.
That you know what the rates are.
That you know what the rates are. You know what the product is. You know what hey, guess what? If you don't swipe 10 times, you're getting charged $10 a month. For your overdraft, it's $35 a month per overdraft.
Right.
Well, the CFPB, it was literally stopping that, saying you can only charge one time. And they were putting a cap on the $35 overdraft fee, making it $10. So it's for consumers. Why are you charging me $35 per transaction?
All right.
Why are we doing that? Oh, and then if I don't use the account, it's $10, $25, $30 in some cases.
I mean,
So if you are my president and you dismantling said agency, then I would think you're not for me. Then you're for the banks that are using this to get in more money from the middle class.
I think I'm more interested in like what would be and that's where I'll be following it for sure. So we'll
millions
get more
of dollars. Look up Wells Fargo, how much money was garnished during that 4-year period from fees. Now, you're not talking about one account. You're talking about several. We were encouraged to do something called double packing, meaning everybody had 2 checkings, 2 savings. Mm-hmm. Right?
Automatically?
Automatically.
The hell you need 2 check?
Right? Because it was solution-based. We weren't bankers based on helping you. It was a sell.
Okay, so on the flip side, where is the accountability to the consumer who got all these fees?
Right, there is some, but you don't know until you've racked up all these fees and you're paying your check, your deposits. You open up an account, right? I'm selling you because in the back of my head, my manager is saying you need to get 2 and 10, 2 and 10, 2 and 10, or you're going to be out of a job tomorrow, right? So you're encouraged double pack, 2 checkings, 2 savings.
All right.
So each product is $10 maintenance fee. On them. So if someone's like, oh, you can use this checking account for your operating account and this account for bills, most people they're not doing it with a regular person.
Right.
So they're accumulating these fees, right? Sometimes there is some accountability on the consumer, right? When your money goes in, how come you don't know? But we aren't telling you. You assume there's a certain amount of honesty when people are doing business with you that you're going to explain the process, right? And if that's not being done, then I think the banks have a certain responsibility to disclose it to the client.
100%. It still begs the question, why shut it down? Like, what benefit does it give? Like, what does it benefit? How is it benefiting him in a way to allow these banks to keep doing that?
Well, because if he's lobbied by big banks, then you scratch my back, I scratch your back. If you
I doubt it. He just went on Davos and told JP Morgan and Bank of America that you ain't opening up accounts to conservatives. I don't know how much.
Well, because sometimes it's a lot of this, right? Because at the top of the food chain, if I remove the regulation, you could still do what you need to do. You can continue predatory lending. Now you can increase your rates, your interest rates. They're talking about interest rates, how they've gone up for a credit card.
100%.
That's crazy. That's not connected to inflation.
Yeah.
That's one of the only countries that when your credit card increases is tied to inflation, not ours. They did a whole special on Capital One on how and why their rates now, standard rate is up to 30%. So if CFPB is not investigating.
And Visa and MasterCard still winning because they 50% profit on everything.
On everything. So the government agencies need to be there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
We're
going to keep following that on the CFPB, y'all. So more news to follow. If you got some inside information on that, let us know. Next up, man, or last up is Kendrick Lamar on the Super Bowl performance. What you know?
Hey, I got
Okay.
They not like us.
Oh, man, look, don't get these Drake fans hype, man. Don't get these Drake fans.
It wasn't a Drake versus Kendrick.
It was. They not like us. Was definitely.
But I felt it was more towards the political climate and what's happening in the country, right? And so I think Kendrick did a really good job for all of us to see almost like you're all in the Matrix. You're all performing. You're all doing this dance for their entertainment. Open your eyes and see what's happening here, right? The consumerism, all of that stuff is really. I thought it was a great performance. I thought it was good. It wasn't. A lot of people really didn't like it and appreciate it. Drake can go somewhere and sit down and wipe his tears, but I thought it was. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I liked it visually.
That lawsuit coming.
When they pulled it back, I thought visually it was artistically well done. It had a lot of underlying meanings, and it was entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Super Bowl, so I thought it was good.
It definitely was good. I give it an A+ too. A+, you gave it an A. The Super Bowl is one of the most watched events out, right? On average, 126 million viewers watch it. Kendrick halftime show had 133.5 million views. It's number one show ever, better than the person coming second place is Michael Jackson decades ago, right? Yeah. From the business aspect of it, this is what I liked about it: the messaging, the theory behind supporting Black and the messaging that he had out for Black people in America. Also, you got to look at the business side of it, right? Because that's why we do this show. The business side of it that I like about it was, if you take Serena Williams for one, right? Just the art and mastering your craft and not being afraid to be you, right? Yeah. The same dance, crip walking, she almost got fined, and they did a whole bad message on her when she did the Wimbledon performance years ago, and she kept being herself, and she won the Olympics this past year and did it again, which is why Kendrick's team reached out for her to do it. It just so happened that she was she was from
Drake,
LA,
from Oakland,
and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, all that just kind of Compton. She from Compton.
Yeah,
My
she's
bad.
from Compton. No, she's
not from Oakland. I'm sorry.
Definitely from Compton. But in addition to that, because of that performance, that thing went viral.
Absolutely.
You have to look at what happens on the back end, right? She is a person of interest, relatable, and then she has her Whim product, I believe, is the makeup beauty brand.
That's really
going crazy.
Yeah.
Numbers is going up. In addition to that, Kendrick and SZA was performing, and they already announced their tour. Yeah. So generating those dollars in that way, right? So just think about mastery of like a 10 to 13 minute or a 10-second showing can change your direction in your business, right? That's why they want to get these ads and all that stuff.
Yeah, so, I agree 100%. I think especially in this country when DEI and diversity and equity is on attack, to show that Black entertainment still will always be profitable.
100%.
Profitable. We are the culture.
100%. It's a wrap, y'all. Listen, we covered the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance, CFPB, big banks on DEI, and Elon Musk and Doge saving. Listen, stay tuned. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell. We coming to you live every week with your latest business and financial and political news.
That's right.
We'll see y'all next week. Peace.